There was a version of the internet that rewarded curiosity. You had a question, you went looking for it. You typed something into a search engine and got a list of sources. You clicked through, you read, you cross-referenced, you decided for yourself what to believe. It wasn't perfect, but you were in control. You were active. You were pulling information toward you. And it wasn't just the internet, there were institutions you could trust to do some of the verification for you. Local newspapers with journalists whose job was to check facts, editors, standards, a whole infrastructure designed to filter out the noise before it reached you. That infrastructure is gutted now. The platforms that have replaced it don't have editors, they have algorithms. And those algorithms aren't optimized for truth, they're optimized for engagement. We went from pulling information to being pushed information, from active to passive, from curious to fed. And the part to pay attention to is that people still trust what they're being served like it's coming from a neutral source. Like the feed is a newspaper, like the algorithm is an editor, like what shows up on your screen has been vetted by someone who cares whether it's true. It hasn't. Nobody's checking, the filter is gone, and the cost of being wrong is entirely on you. If you believe misinformation, that's a you problem. The platform won't be held accountable. The algorithm won't apologize. You'll just be wrong, and you'll make decisions based on that wrongness. And nobody in the system will care. That is the world we live in. We have more access to information than any generation in human history, and somehow we have less ability to know what's actually true. Because access isn't the problem anymore. Sorting is the problem. Signal is the problem. Knowing who to trust is the problem. We're living through an opinion surplus and a knowledge famine. Everyone has a take. Everyone has a platform. Everyone has something to say. But how many of those people actually know what they're talking about? How many have done the work? How many have the receipts? The phrase, everyone is entitled to their opinion, has done more harm than good. And look, yes, of course, free speech, democracy, everyone gets a voice. I believe in that, obviously. But that phrase has been weaponized, and it's become a shield against accountability. It's used to demand that uninformed takes get the same weight as earned expertise. Like your hot take and someone's 20 years of study deserve equal consideration. They do not. You are entitled to your informed perspective, your educated analysis, the conclusions you've drawn from experience and study. You are not entitled to make claims without foundation and expect to be taken seriously. Your 2 cents needs compound interest before it has any value. And the algorithm doesn't know the difference. It just sees engagement. It rewards volume, not accuracy. And so expertise gets drowned out. When the people who actually know things get tired of shouting into the void, they will retreat into smaller spaces. Some of them already have been, where the signal can exist without the noise. This is what I've been calling the knowledge underground. It's not a place, it's not an app, it's a behavior, a sentiment. It's a choice. It's people opting out of the algorithmic feed and building their own networks of vetted information. Smaller communities, vetted spaces, group chats with people who actually have expertise. Substacks from practitioners, not performers. Private discords, real conversations, phone calls, dinners. These spaces aren't exclusive by design, but they are very intentional. The price of admission isn't money, it's sincerity. It's showing up with curiosity instead of takes. It's contributing, not just consuming. I want to break it down to you that this is no longer optional. Media literacy used to be a nice to have. Now it's a legitimate survival tactic. If you can't sort signal from noise, you will be manipulated. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when and by whom. So what do? 4 things. 1, go back to pulling. Stop waiting to be served. If everything you know comes from one feed, one algorithm, one platform, you are not informed. You are caught up in the rapture, like Miss Anita Baker, and the Bible, of course. Intentionally seek out sources that aren't pushed onto you. Remember what it felt like to be curious, to go looking, to stumble upon information you weren't expecting. Our collective muscle around that is starting to atrophy, and I want you to start using it again. 2, build your knowledge underground. Who are the people you trust to actually know what they're talking about? Not just influencers, experts. Not just personalities, practitioners. People with education, experience, and the receipts to back it up. Start a list. Subscribe to their newsletters, join their communities, build a signal network that doesn't depend on an algorithm to reach you. 3, be a knowledge connector. You don't have to know everything, nobody does, but you can know who does know. When someone asks you something outside of your expertise, point them to someone who has it. I don't know, but I know someone who does is an underrated and underused statement. If you're not a guru, then be a shepherd. 4, recognize opinion junk food. Learn to feel the difference between content that informs and content that triggers. If something makes you feel outraged, righteous, superior, certain, take a pause. The truth sometimes feels quieter than that, but knowledge still exists. Expertise still exists. People who care about truth more than clicks are still out there. You just have to go find them. You have to build the infrastructure yourself. You have to opt into the work of being informed. The truth isn't always trending, but it's still there if you look. The internet you knew is gone. Welcome to the Knowledge Underground.